With over 400 celebrity interviews and tons of pop culture nerdiness, Too Opinionated is a safe haven for your inner geek. Find us at meistercon.com or on YouTube under MeisterCon Pod. And please subscribe. It would really help us out. Thanks, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. I'm super excited today. I've got actors Connor Floyd and Gigi Gustin with me. So welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
It's so much fun when I get to do an interview with more than one person. I love that.
Yeah, me too. Trey, me too. I love having Gigi in here with me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, gang.
So we're going to talk about the new movie, The Last Duel, or The Last Deal. Said that wrong.
The Last Duel.
Last Duel was a whole different movie.
Hey, that sounds good too.
Yeah. You guys gonna fight it out. That should be pretty good.
You keep that way. Put us on that credit sheet right there. We were both in The Last Duel.
You know, I think there was a movie called The Last Duel, right?
Yeah, it was Matt Damon and
it's a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about The Last Deal. So let's start this way. Tell me a little bit about what the movie's about and what each of your roles are in it.
Connor, yeah.
Well, the movie is about a independent marijuana dealer facing the times where it became legal. And he's on his last leg. He's struggling for work. He needs a miracle to happen. And he tries to make one last deal before he calls it quits. And he kind of gets in cahoots with the wrong people.
You don't want to get in cahoots with the wrong people.
No, you don't.
Uh-uh.
But my character's name is Marcus. I am someone that I buy weed from Anthony's character, the main character. And we just have like a little funny scene. It's a compare and contrast scene to see where I am in life and where he is in life.
Yeah, that's pretty great. I'm super excited to watch. When is it out, or when does it come out?
It's out. I think you can watch it on Amazon now. Amazon and Apple.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So our intention, our plan is to do a movie night here at the studio because we can seat about 20, and we'll pack them in and order some pizza and make it a whole movie
night,
so
baby.
A blast. We wanted to do that this weekend, but Super Bowl. So this coming weekend though, that's going to be the time.
There we go.
Yeah. So Gigi, who are you playing in the movie?
So my character is Brittany. I have a scene with Connor. And funny story, both Connor and I have a really similar casting story where we had originally auditioned for different parts. And Jonathan really wanted us both in the movie, but, things happened and they were, moving all the pieces around, and it turned out, those parts weren't for us, but Jonathan still wanted us both in the film. So that's how he and I ended up with this scene together. And so my character is just kind of, I guess, like an accessory to Connor, just to kind of add to the contrast of his life versus Anthony's.
Yeah.
And it's just like a goofy little scene. I'm not really sure exactly how I would explain my character, but basically, I open the door and I'm all excited because I know that the weed guy is here, but he doesn't like being called the delivery guy. So we have this comical moment, and that Connor's character comes in.
I like that the movie's got some comedic elements.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally. Yeah. John, the director, Jonathan, he's a pretty funny guy. And in our scene too, he kind of let us improv a lot. So me, Gigi, and Anthony got to kind of bounce off each other and throw some jokes in there and see if we can get a laugh.
Are you used to doing improv? Because I know some actors that can be a little bit daunting. Some love it.
I love it. Yeah, I'm always game for a little back and forth.
Yeah, me too. I think it's always really special when the director is able to create a space for us to play and to experiment and to improv. And it's awesome when you have other actors that are good at it.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun working with Anthony and Connor.
Yeah, I think I would be terrible at improv, but maybe I would help if I had other people that were good at it, and that
Hey,
would.
yes, and man, that's all you gotta do. Yes, and
Yeah.
always agree.
Did you do groundlings, Connor?
No, I did. Oh yeah, I did groundlings. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
groundlings for like.
Me too. I
I
just
can't
noticed
remember how
the
many
yes
years.
and.
Yeah, yes, and always say yes.
Yeah, I've got a good friend of ours. Her son is just starting with the groundlings, and that's what he says all the time.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
Yes and.
and. I wonder if that could just be a life philosophy. You just
Yeah,
say
hey, it's
yes.
like yeah. I think they made a movie on that, man. The Yes Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Very good. So, where did you get to film The Last Deal?
Well, they shot the whole deal all around LA, and I think most of
Nice.
it was kind of guerrilla style. I don't think we had a lot of permits, but our scene was just we shot up in the valley somewhere at a nice big old house that we rented out.
Yeah. You would think LA would be pretty used to the guerrilla shooting.
Yeah, right. You'd think, but they're still locking
It's
down.
like, it's just another day.
Yeah.
did when you were auditioning for the movie with that, is that something that he reached out to you guys to be in the movie, or did you have to actually go and try out for it?
I auditioned on Actors Access. I submitted
Yeah.
to a role, and did the whole process. Did the self tape, and then did the callback, and then did the Zoom audition. I can't stand the Zoom auditions. I swear.
Nobody likes the Zoom audition.
It's hard because you can't feel the energy of the other people, and like it's harder to get direction. But pretty much went all the way before they were like, "Hey, we have something else for you if you're open." And I was like, "Yeah." I am.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? And then get to film there local, so you don't have to travel. That's not bad.
Yeah. And Connor and I were saying we were just excited to get to go out and do what we were meant to do because it was like the middle of COVID. So a lot of productions weren't shooting, were shut down, were postponed. And it was actually, even considering COVID, it was such a smooth shoot. Obviously everyone was responsible. We followed all the protocols, and it was a really fun day. Went well.
Yeah. How long a shoot was it?
Oh, I mean, we were just we were a day, but I think
one day.
it was it was like two months maybe.
Yeah.
No, that's not
2-3 months, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I would love that if I could just do all my work in one day and be done.
Come on, yeah, sign me up.
Yeah. That's not bad. That's not bad. So we play this game with the family. Whenever I have guests on the podcast, I'll go, "Where have you seen this person from?" 9 times out of 10, it's never seen this person. That, but both of you got recognized. So Connor, you were recognized by my mother because she's a Young and the Restless fan.
Oh, she was probably so excited.
Yeah.
She was. I usually have people on. I'm having this people on. She's like, But anytime it's a soap opera person, she gets a little.
We'll tell her thank you. It's everyone's mom and everyone's grandmother or aunt or something like that.
You've got your character on The Young and the Restless has the most soap opera name ever.
Oh man, don't even think,
right?
You're telling me. Chancellor.
Chancellor.
That's right. That is a soap opera name if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, he sounds like somebody that would get into some shenanigans.
Yeah. He's actually I play a cop, so I'm keeping the shenanigans away from him.
Okay. All right.
Shutting down the shenanigans.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't have guessed that was your profession with that name.
I know. Well, my real name is Philip.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That doesn't help. It sounds like more as like the long lost rich uncle or something that.
Well, yeah, it's a family name. I'm the fourth, so it's Philip Chancellor the fourth, and then my nickname is Chance. I know.
Local police officer, of course.
Can't make this stuff up.
So, Gigi, all the kids knew you from was it American Grit?
Yeah, it's probably American Grit.
Yeah, they all knew you on that. And after they reminded me, I was like, oh yeah, we watched that as a family. That's been a little while now.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you
watched that
watched
as
it?
a family, but it didn't click with me until they
Yeah, I had long dark hair, and it was about 5 years ago now.
yeah, you were a badass on there.
Thank you. I won. I
I know. I know
won.
that's pretty great. Have you been able to use some of those skills making films?
A little bit. I will say, especially at the beginning of my acting career, when I first moved out here, when people would ask if I had stunt experience, sometimes I would be like, "Yeah, I want American Grit," and then I would just go for it, whatever they asked me to do. But that's
Is
that's that's kind of it, though.
have either one of you? Because I've always heard that with actors, they have a tendency to say they can do stuff whether they can do it or not. Have you ever done that where you're like, yeah, I can ride a horse?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
always say yes.
My first audition since moving to LA, it was for a Suzuki car commercial, and they were like, only submit if you know how to ride a horse, and I was like, I submit. So I submitted, not thinking I was gonna book my first audition, and I did, and I was like, yeah, wait.
Yeah. Now I got to learn to ride a horse.
It was a whole thing, and I had a whole fitting, and they put me in a whole get up, and I didn't even know how to put the boots on, and I was like, oh my gosh, they know I'm a fake. So I went to Griffith Park, and I just rented a horse named Bacon, and just got like familiar, so I at least knew how to get on and off, so I didn't completely sell myself out. And it was no joke. We filmed in the Malibu mountains, and we had to go fast, and then I had to turn around and look at a GoPro and do like a motion, and then turn back around. And I think the horse knew that I didn't know what I was doing because he didn't want to go. And they're like, you got to kick him. And I was like, I don't want to hurt him. They're like, kick him. So I kicked him, and he was like, phew. But the commercial's on YouTube, and it turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch that now.
Yeah, we got to find that one.
We gotta
I'll
find
find,
that.
I'll find the link. I'll find the link. You guys will laugh. It's okay. No one got hurt.
That's always the one that I
Hey,
hear
you got it
about.
done,
It's
girl.
always horseback riding.
Is it? Dude,
Yeah,
it's
that's one
dangerous.
everybody's always lying about. And I'm like, that's risky lying about that one because
I think it
you're gonna
sounds
have to
like
get on a
not
horse.
it sounds like not that big of a deal. It's like, yeah, I can ride a horse. Like,
Get on a horse.
and then the second you try to get on and they don't want to go, you're like, come on,
Horses
Bacon.
are bigger than, I mean, when you think about it, you don't realize how big they are. They're big.
Oh yeah.
Hard to get up on that thing.
Yeah, especially if you don't know how. It's embarrassing.
I bet Chance Chancellor can ride a horse.
Nah, man, he's from the city. He doesn't know how to ride a horse. He's a city boy.
Connor, what do you have upcoming? What else can we kind of keep an eye out for you in?
There is a Lifetime movie called She Inherited Danger that's coming out on March 3rd. So
That sounds like a Lifetime movie.
It sure does. Yeah, so it'll be coming out March 3rd. Look out for that. Oh, sorry. And The Young and the Restless, we have our 50th anniversary coming up in March as well. So that'll be some juicy.
It's crazy.
50s.
And just the fact that it's still on the air because most of them have, went away.
I know. It's it's pretty crazy. And some of those actors have been there for a good chunk of that.
Yeah.
And, just trying to rub off some of that magic on me so I can work for 50 years.
Used to be when I was growing up, if you stayed home from school, that's pretty much all that was on.
Yeah.
Was soap operas.
Yeah.
So you tended to get tied, especially if you had a parent that watched them.
Oh yeah. That's why I said everybody's mom, man. Everybody's mom.
Well, she knew. It didn't even she didn't even hesitate. She knew exactly who you were. I was like, all right.
Tell her thanks.
All right, Mom. What about you, Gigi? What do you have upcoming that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
So I do have a horror anthology film coming out called Nightmare at Precinct 84. I'm super big in the indie horror community, and 2 of the segments I either entirely financed or helped finance.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a producer on the movie as well, so there's an even extra pressure for it to do okay. So look out for it. That'll make me happy.
Yeah. When's that one coming out?
Hopefully within the next couple of months. We're currently working out distribution. You can see the trailer online, A Nightmare at Precinct 84, and see the people attached. We have one of the segments is directed by the producers and the directors of the movie The Gallows, which was a really popular horror film.
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah.
for any of those, you crazy horror junkies like me, keep an eye out.
Are you the killer?
I can't tell you that.
Well, she's definitely the killer.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not looking good. Connor, do you do or what do you do outside of acting when you're trying to relax or you're taking a break? What are you working?
Well, man, I do I love music, so a lot of guitar.
Very nice.
That's kind of it. I love still.
Do you sing?
No, we're working on that. We're working on that one. I make the girlfriend sing and I play, right?
No, there you go. Yeah. If you
voice
play,
sounds
but
way
you got
better
her
than
to sing, that'd be all right.
You got like this gritty, low, it doesn't sound very good voice.
No, Bradley Cooper's made that work.
I know. We're trying to get to that level. I got a lot of work to do. Besides that, just stay active. LA, we're blessed with good weather, so go outside and hit the beach.
So jealous of that. We have been it's actually been a really weird winter because we'll have like below 0 and then within a day or two it might be 70.
Oh, wow.
It's been all over the place.
Yeah.
Which is probably why, everybody's sick. Because they can't get you wear a t-shirt one day and then you're outside and it's 50-degree different in temperature. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah, it rained here for about a week and everybody got sick.
Yeah.
I know. And you guys need rain, but it was too much.
Nobody knew how to handle it.
It needs to spread that out a little bit.
Not consecutively. We need some days
I know
off.
if LA ever actually got snow, like actual snow.
I don't know where the world's going to be if that happens.
Yeah.
We're in bad shape.
Yeah, that's not normal. That's like the weather we're getting now is not usual for this time of year. I mean, normally we get a lot of snow. It's cold. There's no warm days until about April, and this year we just keep having them. I don't know. Weird. Probably not good.
No.
So Gigi, how about you? What do you do for your downtime when you're not acting? What are you working?
Well, if I'm being completely honest, I'm working on getting better at downtime because I have a hard time not working. I guess I feel like a responsibility to be constantly working on something. So I have a hard time relaxing, but if I do, I'm watching movies. It's just I'm either watching them or.
Are you like watching them as a fan or is that research?
Both. But you know what? It's a blessing and a curse. It's like sometimes I want to sit down and just watch a film and enjoy it. But now that I know the art and the craft of filmmaking, it is hard for me to be like, oh, they shot that on this kind of lens, or I can tell that the actor's hair changed from that take to that one, or I know that they did this. And so it is hard to not break it down, or it would have been better. The scene would have been stronger if they had done this. So sometimes I can only look at it from like a filmmaker standpoint and not an audience standpoint, which keeps me from being able to really enjoy it. But if the movie's really, really great, I'm able to just watch it as an audience member.
Yeah. My son went to film school and he says the exact same thing. Once he kind of learned the behind the scenes stuff, it made it more difficult for him to sit and watch something and not be critical of.
And not like dissected.
Dissected.
Changes in your head. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, I never want to get to that point. I enjoy watching, film and TV too much. I don't want that messed up.
Yeah.
I don't need to see too much behind the curtains.
Right.
Well, thank you both for spending a little bit of time with me. This has been terrific. So the movie is The Last Deal. Who's the audience for this movie? Who are we wanting to watch it?
Everybody.
Yeah, everybody should watch it. It's a really fun film, and I think a lot of people are asking questions in these interviews. But should the drug thing be? And it's like, yeah, but it's also a really original idea, and a lot of people haven't really touched on that business being affected about or when it became legal, right?
Right.
And so it's a really cool story. And Anthony, the main guy, he's awesome, and Jonathan really put a really cool film together, and the soundtrack is awesome. So if you like good soundtracks, get on there and listen to that.
You know,
Everybody-
I've been hearing that the soundtrack is really good for this.
It's got this like little Risky Business, Miami Vice feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you're talking my language.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I kind of wish the Miami Vice clothing would come back.
Me too, man.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be born in the 80s.
Yeah.
Or just lived through it.
It was the worst dressed decade and the best.
Yeah, yeah.
Like back in the 80s, I had the 80s hair. I still have my hair back then. It was teased up, and feathered back, and I was wearing parachute pants and like muscle shirts with leather stripes. I just got off. I thought I looked good though,
but awesome at the same time.
It was awesome. I still remember I was in middle school, and I had a girl tell me that I looked good in a pair of parachute pants, and I had to have like 10 pairs.
It's over.
That's all I wore. I lived in fear that somebody was going to walk up and like challenge me to a dance off. I was like, I may look like I can dance. I can't.
Yeah, it's all show.
Yeah, I cannot do it. So, okay. So before we wrap up, Connor, go through your social media.
I'm just on Instagram. It's Connor G Floyd, ConnerGFloyd, like the band.
Yeah. Gigi, how about you?
So I'm most active. I don't know. Most active on Instagram.
Wow.
I'm most
very
active
fancy.
on Instagram. It's just my name, Gigi Gustin, GIGIGUSTIN. I'm also on Twitter, which is Gigi Gustin 0 because someone stole my name. So then there's that.
Terrible.
Terrible. How
You gotta
rude.
find him.
Well, the good news is we're not on Twitter unless we're angry.
Yeah.
It is true.
If you're having a bad day, that's when you're on Twitter.
Yeah.
When you're feeling good and everything's going good, you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you both so much. You have to come back for the next project. Check in with us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having us as well.
Yeah, thank you,
this has been terrific. Thank you so much for hanging in there for this week. I know a lot of times if you miss a scheduled time, it's tough to reschedule because you're so busy. So I really appreciate you both coming on the show.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for
Thanks
taking the
for having
time.
me.
Yeah, of course. Okay, hold on one second. Well, that was just terrific. Big fan of Connor's and Gigi's both. If you saw Gigi on American Grit, she was a badass. Yeah, she can definitely dish it out. That was pretty great. Both of them really good actors. So I hope you enjoyed that. Connor, so talented. Love his work and the things that he's involved in. He also played Dr. Sick, which I believe is on Hulu. Really enjoyed him on there. Gigi is really just getting started, but everything she has done so far has been terrific. And obviously she's got that whole kind of stunt background, even if it's indirect. I think we're going to see much more from her as well. And looking forward to the new horror movie. Should be really good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. Make sure you check out The Last Deal. It sounds terrific. Ignore my dumbass that said The Last Duel. Although The Last Duel is a pretty good movie. I enjoyed that one. But this one is The Last Deal. I promise you'll enjoy it. We're going to watch it this weekend in studio, along with Murder Anyone. Those are the two movies that's kind of like a double feature we'll be watching this weekend. If you guys enjoyed the movie or enjoyed the interview, and this is your first time hearing or watching us, you can definitely help us out. And it's easy. It's free. If you're watching, it's YouTube, MeisterCon Pod. Just hit that subscribe button. Really help us out. If you're listening, wherever you're listening to your podcast at, just subscribe there. That'll help us out. We're up to I think today we are releasing episode 527. You can get all of those audio and video on our website, meistercon.com. It'll also let you know if we're doing anything in studio, like watching The Last Deal, or if we're going on location. You know, we're covering the convention, whatever we have going on will be on the website, meistercon.com. So definitely check us out there. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, bye, everybody.